Hello, everyone. This is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, Quality Consulting from here in Connecticut. I'd like to introduce myself. I know many of you hear me say it again and again and again. What the hell is this guy? I'm doing it for those people, those new people, those individuals who haven't seen any of my videos coming out, because what we have to say today is very important. OEM, Boeing, destroys companies by their own means. QA expert Daryl Guberman explains. Selmet is an organization of titanium castings, etc. But if you look over here, they're AS9100, ISO 9001, and also NADCAP certified, NADCAP from PRI, Performance Review Institute. In 2001, after 9/11, Boeing had 500 some odd aircraft to produce. What they did is they had 100 cut back down to about 400 ships. An article, you can find it. If you can't find it, please contact me, 203-556-1493. Text me, say, hey, Daryl, can you send me the article? Or write me. I'd rather have you text me, because getting to my email, my inbox is always really filled with different people writing me, questioning me, asking me things. My email address is Daryl, D-A-R-Y-L, TQRS@yahoo.com. So Boeing actually started this degradation throughout. As the OEM, which is the original equipment manufacturer, they started it. So 2001, 9/11, 2001, on September 19th, an article came out and stated that Boeing is to cut back 10 to 20, actually 20,000, 30,000 employees. 7 months later, they came out with this. Do you see their logo on there? This was on their supplier portal. I have their, I have the web link up here, just in case that they made it disappear. I've got that. So we copied the page. I want to read this to you. This is for NADCAP certification. You're going to find out in this is that for special processes, welding, heat treatment, non-destructive testing like penetrant inspection, etc. Send in your cert, as long as you're PRI certified, send in your cert, send in your parts, and we don't have to come out to inspect you, on-site audits. Boeing intent require NADCAP accreditation for special processes source approval. The Boeing company has evaluated various methods to oversee our approved process sources and has decided to require accreditation through the National Aerospace and Defense Contractors Accreditation Program, NADCAP, as a prerequisite of Boeing approval. We believe the program offers significant benefits to Boeing, our suppliers, and processors through increased productivity, improved quality, and eliminated redundancies and reduced costs. The accreditation will be implemented in 3 phases for processors in the United States and Canada. Processors will be responsible for obtaining and maintaining accreditation. They basically set the standard for this. They set the standard, and that's a problem, okay, because everybody else followed suit. So Airbus says, send us your NADCAP cert, send us your parts, we don't have to come see you. GE, Aerospace, send us your NADCAP certs, we won't have to inspect you. Redundant inspections. Don't you want redundant inspection when it comes to the aircraft engine? There was an organization, you can look it up, AOG Technics, about a year ago, was caught with about 70 parts that went into aerospace, went into aircraft engines. Oh, we caught it. Listen, let me just say this. If Boeing can't find a present door cover plug inspection record, do you think anybody else can find an inspection record? Probably not. So I'm going to read this to you. We believe the number of redundant audits will be significantly reduced as aerospace manufacturers embrace the program. Hold on a sec. What did they say up here? They didn't say embrace the program. They said decided to require accreditation. Okay, require it. That's not embracing it, that's putting demands on their suppliers. So we believe the number of redundant audits will be significantly reduced as aerospace manufacturers embrace the program. Boeing will augment NADCAP audits with additional assessments as a need arises, which that gives all the OEMs as a need arises. That's it. Send in your cert, send in your parts, and you don't have to go visit your supplier anymore because only if the need arises. You know what the need arises is? When the Ethiopian Air and Indonesian Air crashed one. The first one was if need arises. That should have been a ding ding ding. When the second one, 5 months later, crashed, I guess they didn't care about that process. The next one, that was in April, is a supplier bulletin. Supplier bulletin is another one from 2002. And it states this: certification, registration, and survey requirements. Survey requirements is audits. So if I'm going to put where there is survey, I'm going to use the term audits. On-site Boeing survey or audit of supplier's quality system, if need be. You hear their heat treatment deal is if need arises, and their quality bulletin is if need be. Our preference is to deal with, this is what their preference is. Our preference is to deal with proven suppliers with excellent quality performance and not have to do on-site quality system audits. For 22 years, send in your cert as long as it's ANSI ANAB accredited. Why? Because Boeing sits on the board of the management committee that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification. They come out with a supplier bulletin that says the cert has to be ANSI ANAB accredited, but it's send in your cert, send in your parts. Why? Because they not only do the bulletin, but they also sit on they also say on the supplier portal, certification third party must be accredited by ANSI ANAB, all right? And the last part is sad. You have the supplier bulletin, you have the supplier portal, and then you have them sitting on the ANSI management committee that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification. Send in your cert, send in your part, and only if need be do we have to come visit you. Only if the need arises for special critical processes like heat treatment, welding, and non-destructive testing like pedestrian inspection. If need be, when we're sending in a flight critical part, just send in the part, and that's what it's been, ladies and gentlemen, business owners. I'm going to leave it here. We don't have to go on further. The telephone number is 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS at yahoo.com. I do this because when you're sitting your ass on that plane, Bloomberg didn't want to put it out, Politico didn't want to put it out, Fortune didn't want to put it out, New York Post, all these, and many more, didn't want to put this title out. For you, ladies and gentlemen, it should have been QA expert Daryl Guberman, 40 years experience, issues a warning that Boeing gave up on-site audits to 2 pieces of paper. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this and this. You cannot make this up. For 22 years. So here it goes. QA expert Daryl Guberman, 40-year expert. QA expert, 40-year expert Daryl Guberman, quality, issues a warning that Boeing gave up on-site quality audits to 2 pieces of paper for 22 years. You feel comfortable about flying? I wouldn't. My telephone number is 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS, at yahoo.com. And I thank you humbly. And remember, last thing, it's not the size of the dog in the fight that counts, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Just remember that.